Maps. We have already learned that a globe can be useful when we want to study the Earth as a whole. But when we want to study only a part of the Earth, it is of little help. In this situation, we use maps. A map is a representation or a drawing of the Earth's surface or a part of it drawn on a flat surface according to a scale. But it is impossible to flatten a round shape completely. In ancient days, maps were drawn by Egyptian and Greek geographers, but their maps were not accurate because of their poor knowledge. Ptolemy, a well-known geographer, wrote a book called Geographia, in which he attempted to draw maps which were used till 16th century. Gradually, due to voyages, discoveries, and scientific knowledge, maps became more precise and reliable. Trivia. Cartography is the art and science of making maps. The oldest known maps are preserved on Babylonian clay tablets from about 2300 BCE. Cartography was considerably advanced in ancient Greece. The concept of a spherical Earth was well known among Greek philosophers by the time of Aristotle, 350 BCE, and has been accepted by all geographers since. Greek and Roman cartography reached a culmination with Claudius Ptolemy about 85 to 165 CE. His world map depicted the Old World from about 60° north to 30° south latitudes. A map represents three-dimensional features of the Earth in 2 dimensions on a flat surface like a paper. A map can represent the whole Earth or a part of it. When different types of maps are put together, we can make an atlas. Atlas has maps of different scales, sizes, and measurements. They are of different types. Next. Map making. In modern times, 3 important steps are followed for making maps. A general view of the area and its measurements are taken. It is called survey. It is followed by drawing a map on a sheet of paper. A special method called projection is used. The maps are then printed to make a number of copies. It is called reproduction. Types of maps. The most commonly used maps are physical maps. These maps show landforms such as plains, plateaus, mountains, and rivers. Political maps. These maps show countries, cities, and towns. Thematic maps. These maps focus on cultural or physical themes. Distribution of population, industries, crops, roads, railways, etc. are thematic maps based on cultural themes. Distribution of rainfall, temperature, vegetation, and climatic conditions are also thematic maps, but they are based on physical themes. Components of a map. A. Title. It introduces the theme of a map. B. Key. This is a list of symbols and what they stand for. C. Scale. It helps to measure distances and calculate areas. D. Direction. On most of the maps, an arrow is drawn to show the directions. The tip of the arrow points to the north. E. Grid system. It is quick and easy way of helping us to find places. Trivia. People who forecast the weather use weather pattern maps. Studying cloud patterns can help a person predict when and where the next storm would hit. People who study earthquakes look at maps of plates in the Earth's crust. When these plates move, they cause earthquakes. Scale. Maps are drawings which reduce the entire world on a piece of paper. but this reduction is done very carefully so that the distance between the places is real. It can only be possible when a small distance on paper represents a large distance on the ground. Therefore, a scale is chosen for this purpose. A scale is a ratio between the actual distance on the ground and the distance shown on the map. If you know the scale, you will be able to calculate the distance between any two places by measuring it on a map. For example, the distance between places X and Y is 10 kilometers. If you show this 10 kilometers distance by 2 centimeter on a map, it means 1 centimeter on the map will show 5 kilometers on the ground. The scale on your drawing will be 1 centimeters is equal to 5 kilometer. When large areas like countries or continents are to be shown on a paper, then we use a small scale. It is called a small scale map. When a small area like a village or town is to be shown on a paper, then we use a large scale. It is then called a large scale map. Large scale maps give more information than a small scale map. Directions. Most maps contain an arrow marked with the letter N at the upper right-hand corner. This arrow shows the north direction. When you know the north, you can find out other directions like east, west, and south. The 4 major directions, north, south, east, and west, are called cardinal points. Other 4 intermediate directions are northeast, NE, southeast, SE, southwest, SW, and northwest, NW. We can locate any place more accurately with the help of these intermediate directions. We can also find out the direction of a place with the help of a magnetic compass. It is an instrument used to find out many directions. Its magnetic needle always points in the north-south direction. Signs and symbols. Whenever tourists visit a place, they usually take the help of a map in order to study the area properly. Maps use a variety of signs and symbols which any traveler from any part of the world can understand. This means that there is an international understanding for using the same symbols to show certain specific features in the same manner. These are called conventional signs and symbols. Some important symbols are given in Figure 3.2. In physical maps, different colors show different landforms. Green is used for plains, blue for oceans and seas, and yellow for deserts. These make maps very attractive. With the help of all the features, one can interpret any map with ease. Sketch. A sketch is a drawing mainly based on memory and spot observation and not to scale. Sometimes, a rough drawing is required of an area to tell where a particular place is located with respect to other places. Suppose you have asked your friend to visit your house and he does not know where you live. You may tell him to reach your place by using certain specific roads, or you may draw a sketch to help him. Directions and distances are shown in sketches, but no scale is used. Plan. A city or town may have many structures and buildings that cannot be shown in detail in maps or sketches. If we want to show a complete layout inside a building, we make a drawing called a plan. These are usually made by architects who design houses or buildings. They show the actual sizes of rooms, the location of staircases, doors, and windows, etc.